This is the Kava Bar Deep Dive, where we explore the vibe inside. Flip through the menu, see what's new. Read the reviews, get a clue.
All right, so have you ever heard about a place and you're just like, I gotta know more about that?
Happens all the time, right? What is it this time?
Well, this time, it's Insomnia ISG Kava Bar and Lounge. They're in Temple Terrace, Florida. And get this, they were just named the #1 Kava Bar in America for 2025.
Oh, wow. Bye.
BestKavaBar.com.
Okay, yeah, they're like the authority, right?
Exactly. And what makes it even more interesting, this is their first time at the top.
Yeah.
They actually knocked off some pretty big names to get there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's got to be a big deal. You don't just suddenly jump to #1, especially when you've got places like Drip Tampa. They've always been right up there. And Mad Hatters, remember they were #1 back in 2023.
Yep. So for this deep dive, we really went all out. Basically, we want to figure out what makes Insomnia ISG so special. Like, what are they doing that got them to the top? Consider this your crash course on everything Insomnia ISG.
Perfect. A deep dive then. And before we jump in, maybe just a quick note on BestKavaBar.com. They're pretty serious about these rankings. It's not just about popularity contests. They dig deep into all those online reviews, look at ratings, consider the overall buzz a place gets. But here's the catch. They specifically weed out those fake kava bars. You know, the ones that are basically vape shops or takeout places that just happen to sell a bit of kava.
Yeah, those just trying to jump on the trend.
So for Insomnia ISG to hit #1, it means they're the real deal, totally dedicated to kava culture. All right, let's get down to the basics. Where can you find this place?
So mark your maps. It's at 1101 North 56th Street, Suite 20, Temple Terrace, Florida.
Easy enough. And it looks like they opened sometime around 2021, maybe 2022.
So pretty new then, which is interesting. They've really made a name for themselves fast. You don't see that very often, going from brand new to top of the game. Yeah, that's definitely something. And when you look at how they describe themselves online, it's pretty diverse. Cafe, bar, hookah bar, lounge, even a tea house and a tobacco shop, all in one. Sounds like they're going for a real mixed bag.
That's true, but it also tells you that they're not just laser focused on one thing. They're trying to be a place where people with different interests can all come together.
For sure. And on a practical note, if you're thinking about stopping by, they've got all the bases covered. No contact delivery, regular delivery, takeout, dine-in, they do it all. Plus they take debit cards, NFC mobile payments, credit cards, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, convenience is key these days. Nobody wants to be fumbling for cash anymore. So now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about what they're actually serving up. What's the main attraction at Insomnia ISG?
Well, right off the bat, they emphasize their kava. They call it the finest, all-natural, highest quality powdered kava root, and they also have kava concentrates, and they make a big deal about quality right from the start.
Smart move. When you're dealing with something like kava, people want to know that it's the good stuff, the real deal. So they lead with that. But they're not just a one-trick pony, right? What else is on the menu?
Absolutely not. So coffee lovers, they've got you covered with a Colombian blended espresso, and then they've got CBD, cannabidiol, the non-psychoactive part of cannabis, alongside D8 and D9, different types of THC.
So a little something for everyone, it seems.
Yep.
That's smart. But they're also offering art, even clothing, apparel, and tobacco. I'm starting to get the picture. They really are trying to appeal to a wide range of tastes. It's like a one-stop shop for whatever you're into.
Yeah. And you know what really stood out to me? They've got these unique drinks with names like pumpkin spice coffee and strawberry calypso. That's not your typical kava bar fare. It's like they're taking kava and giving it a modern twist. Makes it more approachable for people who maybe haven't tried kava before or aren't into the traditional taste.
I see what you mean. They're bridging the gap. You've got your classic kava for the purists, but then these fun, creative options for those who want something a little different, especially appealing for those who might be new to kava.
Right, exactly. And on top of all that, they really emphasize that their products are FDA compliant and all about natural relaxation. I think that resonates with a lot of people these days, looking for ways to unwind without relying on alcohol or anything artificial.
That's a good point. There's a definite trend towards natural wellness and looking for alternatives with potentially fewer side effects. It's not just about getting a buzz, it's about taking care of yourself, finding healthier ways to relax. Kava fits right into that.
And here's a little surprise. They've got a vape shop in the back with, as they put it, premium vaporizers. So if you're into vaping, that's another reason to check them out.
It's like they're covering all the angles, appealing to different crowds, but keeping it all under one roof.
Pretty strategic, right? They might attract someone for the vape shop, but then that person sees the Kava Bar and thinks, hey, why not try that too? Yeah, it's like a built-in cross-promotion thing. Now let's talk about the vibe. What's the atmosphere like at Insomnia ISG?
Well, if you believe the reviews, it's a pretty cool place to hang out. They describe it as vibrant, but also family-friendly, and here's a big one: sober, totally alcohol-free.
Yeah, right away, that makes it different from your typical bar scene. It's creating a totally different atmosphere, right? Safe for families, welcoming to people who don't drink. And what's interesting is that it also works as a study cafe. So you've got students, professionals, anyone who needs to focus coming in to get work done. It's more than just a hangout spot. It's got that practical side too.
I see what you mean. It's like they're hitting multiple demographics. You can go there to socialize, to study, to relax, whatever you're in the mood for.
Exactly. And it sounds like it looks the part too. The reviews mention all these artistic murals and just a generally chill vibe. Plus, it doubles as an art gallery. So it's not just a cafe or a bar, it's a space for art and creativity.
Smart. They're not just slapping some paint on the walls, they're making it an experience. And when you incorporate art, you attract a different crowd, a more creative, visually oriented crowd. Adds another layer to the whole atmosphere.
For sure. And they don't just sit there waiting for people to come to them. They're actively involved in the community. Open mic nights every Thursday and Saturday, giving local talent a chance to shine. And then on Fridays, they've got themed events. We're talking car meetups, Latin night, fire spinners, even live music. It's like they're trying to have something for everyone.
That's really smart for building a loyal customer base. You give people a reason to keep coming back, not just for the kava or the coffee, but for the experience, the sense of community.
Exactly. So how about their hours? When can people actually experience all this?
Looks like they're pretty flexible. Monday through Thursday, 10:00 a.m. to 11:00 p.m. But they stay open late on the weekends to accommodate those events, Fridays and Saturdays, all the way to 1:00 a.m.
So they really are trying to cater to the late night crowd.
Oh yeah, but even on Sundays, they're open from 10:30 a.m. to 9:00 p.m. So pretty much whenever you're in the mood for some kava or just want to chill, they're probably open.
Nice. And speaking of chill, let's talk about what people are actually saying about Insomnia ISG. The reviews are, well, to put it simply, they're glowing. On sites like Zabi, they've got a 5-star average from like 174 reviews. And BestKavaBar.com specifically mentioned their perfect 5.0 star rating on Google based on over 1,500 reviews. It's a lot of happy customers.
Yeah, you don't get numbers like that by accident. That's a sign of consistent quality, good products, good service, good everything. And for BestKavaBar.com to specifically highlight that Google rating, you know it means a lot to them. It's a big part of why Insomnia ISG is #1. So what are people actually raving about? What are the specifics?
Well, one thing that comes up a lot is the drinks. People love the Kava and Kratom cocktails. They're always talking about how creative and delicious they are. One person even said, "Most original Kava bar I have been to. Cocktails are delicious and creative. You can put kava or kratom in them, which is great." I thought that was a really interesting point, that you can customize your drinks.
Makes sense. It gives people more control over their experience. You want straight kava, you got it. You want to mix it up with something else, go for it. And the fact that they're getting so much praise for the taste means they're doing it right.
Absolutely. And then, of course, everyone raves about the atmosphere. Words like amazing and relaxing pop up all the time. They really seem to nail that combination of good vibes and a nice, clean environment.
Crucial, especially for a place where people are looking to unwind, to de-stress. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel good about the space you're in. And cleanliness, that goes without saying. It shows they care about their customers, about creating a positive experience.
Right. And here's another thing. People really seem to love the staff. Rick and Sosa, the owners, they get shout-outs all the time for being so welcoming and knowledgeable. You can tell they've built a strong team. It's not just a job for them. They're passionate about what they do.
And it shows. That passion is contagious. When the owners are genuinely invested, it filters down to the staff, and the customers feel that. They feel valued, they feel welcome. So it's not just about the drinks, it's about the whole experience, the human element.
Absolutely. And speaking of drinks, we saw a lot of mentions of these specialty crafted kava mocktails and elixir euphoric happy teas. Sounds interesting, right?
Yeah, a little bit mysterious too. It definitely plays into the whole idea of kava and kratom promoting relaxation and well-being. It's like they're giving a name to the feeling.
Oh, for sure. And it's not just the kava that gets the love. The hookah experience gets high marks too. Fresh tips and tubes, reasonable prices, and even comments about the classy decor. One reviewer even recommended the Blue Mist tobacco.
See, attention to detail. It's not just about the main attraction. It's about making sure every aspect of the experience is top-notch. That's how you win people over.
For sure. There's a bunch of reviews calling it a new jewel in the neighborhood or the perfect place to unwind. That really gets to the heart of it, don't you think?
Definitely. It's like they're filling a void in the community, a place to relax, to connect, to be yourself.
And remember, they've got that whole vape shop thing going on too. Plus, good quality kratom, even kombucha on tap.
Yeah, they're really going for that variety. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of place. You can go there for one thing, but then you end up trying something else, and before you know it, you're a regular.
Exactly. And the reviews really highlight that sober aspect too. The fact that you can have fun, socialize, and enjoy yourself without alcohol being the center of attention.
That's a huge draw for a lot of people. We're seeing a shift away from alcohol-centric social spaces, and Insomnia ISG is capitalizing on that. They're providing an alternative, a place where you can go to unwind and connect without the pressure of drinking.
Totally. And the community aspect is so strong. Karaoke nights, trivia nights. People are really connecting over shared experiences.
Makes you feel like you're part of something, right? You're not just a customer, you're part of the community.
Absolutely. And this is cool. We even saw reviews from people who drive all the way from St. Petersburg just to go to Insomnia ISG. That's dedication.
That tells you they're doing something special, something you can't find just anywhere. They're worth the drive, worth going out of your way for.
It's more than just a local hangout, it's a destination. And another thing that stood out to me is how knowledgeable the staff are, especially about kava and kratom. They don't just serve it, they educate their customers. That's got to be reassuring, especially for people who are new to kava.
It's a smart move. You build trust, you demystify the experience. It's not just about making a sale, it's about sharing their passion, their knowledge, and that makes a difference.
Big time. Oh, and cleanliness and positive energy, those get mentioned all the time too. It's like they've created this oasis of good vibes.
Those are the little things that make a big difference. You walk into a place, it's clean, it's welcoming, you feel good being there. And that positive energy, it's contagious. It makes you want to stay, to come back for more.
Absolutely. And then you've got people calling it the best kava in the Tampa area, with specific recommendations like man over the moon, son of a peach, apple of my eye. Makes you want to try them all, right?
Word of mouth is everything. When people start recommending specific drinks, you know they're onto something good. It's like a personal endorsement.
For sure. And it's not just about the drinks. People love the chill vibe, the good music, the fact that you can go there to hang out with friends or just chill by yourself and study. Free wifey gets a shout out too, of course.
Makes it adaptable. Different times of day, different needs. Insomnia ISG caters to all of it.
Yeah, very versatile. And they even offer an EMS discount, for emergency medical services personnel. Nice touch.
It's a small gesture, but it shows they're connected to the community, that they appreciate those who serve, builds goodwill.
Absolutely. And this one really sums it up. Several reviewers said they felt like regulars after just one visit. That's impressive.
That's the magic touch right there. You walk in, you feel welcomed, you feel like you belong. It's not just a business transaction, it's a human connection.
Totally. And it's not just the owners either.
Yeah.
People name drop specific staff members, Sam, Mesa, Miriam, Ray, praising their service. It really is a team effort.
When you have multiple staff members consistently going above and beyond, it's a sign of a great work environment, a culture of caring. And that translates into a better experience for the customers.
Exactly. And if you're planning a special occasion, it seems like making a reservation is a breeze.
Another plus. Takes the stress out of planning. And the fact that people mention it specifically means it's a positive part of the experience. They're making it easy for you to celebrate.
Exactly. And another point in their favor, they're big supporters of local art and artists. So they're not just a business, they're contributing to cultural scene too.
It's all about weaving themselves into the fabric of the community, becoming more than just a place to get a drink. They're creating a space for art, for creativity, for connection. And that resonates with people.
It does. And finally, there are tons of comparisons to other kava bars in Florida. People who have been to all the big names consistently say that Insomnia ISG is the best. Superior quality, amazing customer service, even better prices. One person said, and I quote, "I've been to every kratom kava shop in Florida, and this is by far the best." I mean, that's a pretty strong endorsement.
When you have people who are clearly kava enthusiasts, who know the scene inside and out, saying that Insomnia ISG is the best, That speaks volumes. It's not just hype, it's the real deal. So let's bring it all together now. It's pretty clear why they took the top spot from BestKavaBar.com. I mean, they beat out Drip Tampa, who's always been a top contender, and Mad Hatter's the previous champ. BestKavaBar.com themselves called Insomnia ISG a premier destination for kava enthusiasts across the nation, and they highlighted Tampa Bay as the kava capital of the USA. Over 75 kava bars? That's insane.
Yeah, and you know what BestKavaBar.com emphasized? That perfect 5.0 star rating from over 1,500 Google reviews. They said it's not just about the kava, it's about the whole experience. That unique blend of high-quality products, a welcoming atmosphere, and just a general sense of community, that's what sets them apart. And let's not forget the sheer variety they offer. Kava, kratom, coffee, hookah, vaping, it's all there. They're not limiting themselves, they're catering to a wide range of interests.
They're creating a hub, a one-stop shop for all things chill, all things good vibes. And it's working, it's resonating with people.
So who's Insomnia ISG for? Well, it seems like just about anyone, right? If you're into natural relaxation, kava, and kratom, that's a given. But it goes beyond that. Social groups who prefer a non-alcoholic setting, they're finding their place there too.
Absolutely. It's a safe space, a welcoming space for people who choose not to drink or maybe just want to break from the bar scene. And let's not forget the students and professionals who need a quiet place to study or get work done. Free Wi-Fi, chill atmosphere. It's a great alternative to the usual coffee shop hustle.
Yeah, I can see that. And of course, there's the hookah and vape enthusiasts. They've got their own corner of Insomnia ISG. And the fact that it's family-friendly means that even families are finding something there.
It's really bridging the gap, creating a space where everyone feels welcome, regardless of their age, their interests, their background. It's about inclusivity.
And that ties back to their whole emphasis on community, right?
Yeah.
Bringing people together. And let's not forget the coffee lovers, the people who appreciate those unique, creatively crafted kava drinks. They're all finding something to love at Insomnia ISG.
It's like they've tapped into something, a need for connection, for relaxation, for genuine human interaction. In a world that's increasingly digital, they're providing a real, tangible space for people to come together and just be.
So to sum it up, why is Insomnia ISG the #1 kava bar right now? It's simple. They've got the best of everything. High-quality kava and kratom, a creative and delicious drink menu with tons of customization options, an atmosphere that's both relaxing and visually appealing, a staff that's incredibly knowledgeable and friendly, a diverse range of offerings to appeal to a wide audience, engaging community events, and hours that cater to just about everyone.
They've managed to create a holistic experience. It's not just about the product. It's about the feeling, the vibe, the community. It's a place where you can go to de-stress, to connect, to be inspired, and that's why they're at the top.
Well said. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into Insomnia ISG, here's something for you to ponder. We've talked about how kava bars are becoming increasingly popular as alcohol-free social spaces.
Oh.
What does Insomnia ISG's success tell us about our evolving preferences? Are places like this just a trend, or are they a sign of something deeper, a shift in how we view relaxation and community? Are they a glimpse into the future of how we connect with each other, how we unwind, how we find our tribe? It's definitely something to think about.
It's an interesting question, right? Are we moving towards a more mindful, more conscious way of socializing? Are we seeking out spaces that prioritize well-being and genuine connection over just getting a buzz? Insomnia ISG's success suggests that maybe we are. And it will be fascinating to see how this trend unfolds in the years to come.
Absolutely. All right, so that's a wrap on our deep dive into Insomnia ISG Kava Bar and Lounge, the reigning champion of kava bars in America.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I need a kava break.
I hear you. I might just join you. Until next time.
Dive in deep.